Here we go, day 119, day 3 of the Brendon Burchard influencer event in San Diego. And I kind of don't want to do today's live because if I do the five of the things I heard or learned today, it means it's all over. And I had such an amazing time, honestly. If they are doing the event again next year in San Diego, I think I have the dates in here. Oh, sugars. And no, I'm not an affiliate, so I'm not getting any money from this, but I can tell you. No, I can't tell you because it's not in here. October next year, like 10th and 12th or something like that. If you're interested in what you say or do having an impact on the world, come, just get here. So worth it. So, day 3, what did I learn? Well, I don't even know where to start. Isn't that funny? Oh my God. I'll start with, we only had, doesn't that sound terrible? They've been the most incredible speakers. So when I say we only had 3 guest speakers today, they were amazing guest speakers. But I'll top and tail with Brendon. Maybe not. If you were given the gift of a vision, it's your responsibility to see it through. And it's true. Every day you take a breath, every day you have an opportunity to do something with your life, it is your, regardless of what you believe in. And you may not know, I'm not religious in any way, but I do believe that we are put here by whatever it is that put us here to do something. And if you're given something in your gut, in your head, and a talent, in any way, shape or form that you want to see through, then it is your responsibility to do it. Now, for some people, that may be getting on world stages. For some people, that may be inventing a pill that harnesses the great things of testing of microdosing LSD to stop depression throughout the world. For some people, it might be adopting 8 children and giving back to the world. But whatever it is that is the vision that you've been given the gift of, it's your responsibility to see it through. Loved that. And again, all the things I'm saying are from my written notes. So they may not be direct quotes, but it's how I wrote down what they were saying, okay? So then we had Anthony Trucks on. Now, this was kind of hilarious because Brendon's starting to introduce this guy, and he's like, oh, and he played for this team, and he played for this team, and he played for this team. And I turned to the woman I was sitting next to, I'm like, I don't even know what sport those teams are. I had no idea. It's kind of funny. His talk was incredible. He was a master on stage in technically what he said, how he owned the stage, his use of lighting and music and everything. I took probably as many notes about the production of what he said as I did about what he said. And what he said was incredible. So he has a podcast, Shift Happens, I think it's called, or Shiffers. But he talks about your shift in life. So how everything's just a shift. It's not, we overcomplicate things and try and make things these big, oh my God, I've got to do this giant leap. And it can just be a little shift. So he used quite a few sporting analogies and metaphors, and he did this bit about how the stretch precedes the success. And it really resonated with me because he talks about how, if you runners or athletes, they have to do this stretch, and the stretching is the bit that people kind of go, oh, it's uncomfortable, I'll do it later. And then you do the sport or play the game or whatever, and you hurt yourself, and then you sit on your ass for 6 months complaining because you got injured doing it, so you don't do anything. And business is just like that. There's so many things in life that are just like that. Going on a diet's like that. If you want to start dating and the stretch is probably putting up a Tinder profile and talking to things, it's that uncomfortableness that you kind of got to get into and stretch out your muscles and whatever you're doing to be able to make that shift and make stuff happen. So that was that. Phenomenal. And we'll now be following him. And yeah, NFL, I think. Oh my God, you know, the one with the helmets and the tackle heel. Oops. And then, oh my God, I was so excited. So Rachel Hollis was meant to be talking today, and unfortunately, due to family circumstances, she couldn't. She talked on day one. So Brendon started doing this introduction about how he had to fill in for someone, get someone in today, and how he'd ask a friend, and they told him he had to talk to this woman because she's incredible and she's got up this amazing beauty empire, and she sold it for over $1 billion. And the minute he started talking about it, I knew who was going to be coming to the stage. And then he talked about how when he rang her, she was actually like, well, that's really funny because I'm coming to your event anyway. And that gives you an idea of the people that were in the room. There were people that had no idea what they wanted to do, but felt like they were being called to something, to women like Jamie who sold their business for $1.2 billion with the B dollars to L'Oreal. Now you'd think, what the hell does she need to be in this room for? She's in this room because she's changing her life. She's on another path and wants to do something with her knowledge and her experience and wisdom and the passion and the heart and everything that she has. I was so excited when she came on. And I'm actually want to buy some of her cosmetics while I'm here because I have a bit of rosacea and I've been wanting to try it. Anyway, beside the point. But she talked a lot about how she got knocked back so many times. Like, no. She had one investment firm tell her no one was going to buy cosmetics off her because she needed to lose some weight. Like, I can do that on my lives, can't I? So many things. And she talked about how people had given her advice how not to listen to people, and some great tools with that, which I'll share later. But she really honed in, and I wrote it down twice in different ways, that you cannot listen to who other people say you are. And from parents to siblings to friends to industry standards to religious beliefs to hobbies, anything. Like, don't listen to what people say you are, because we're actually all different. We all have a unique fingerprint. We all have a unique DNA. We all have a uniqueness that is us. So don't let what someone else says about you control who you are. That came through from her just so powerfully and beautifully. Then we had a guy called Craig Clements on, who I'd never heard of. Fabulous speaker. Again, big money business, incredible copywriter. So he talked a lot about story and persuasion and how to get the best way using words to get what you're talking about across. And one of the things he said, the whole 3 days, a lot of it has been about authenticity and your story and faith in what you do and your dream and your vision and all that kind of stuff. But one of the things he said to me, like personally came up to me and said to me, said to the 2,000 of us in the room, but felt personal, was stop comparing yourself to everyone but you. And he meant it, and he shared a bit more about it in both the positive and the negative. So we compare ourselves to people and go, oh my God, the size of their ass is fantastic and mine's not, I'm so depressed. Then we might compare ourselves to someone that we have known from past and goes, I'm doing so much, like, look what they're doing, So we do it in both a positive and a negative. We ego inflate ourselves in comparison, and we ego deplete ourselves by comparison. And the reality is, and the message I was getting from him was, we should be comparing ourselves to who we were yesterday and who we're going to be tomorrow. Like, that's it. It's the only comparison we should ever do. Who we were and who we're becoming. That's it. And who we are right now is actually who we are. So suck it up, princess. Loved that. And then my last one was another Brendon one. It's about breaking the patterns of comfort and forming the patterns of success. And you've heard me talk a lot about habits and patterns and routines and things like that. And when we're stagnant in life and when we're stuck, a lot of the time we're just stuck in comfort. It's not, we might see something over there that we want to go for, but breaking out of that nest of that marshmallowy kind of beautiful feel of where we are is really scary, and it takes a lot in pattern redesigning to get out of it. Now, sometimes that comfort zone's horrible. We may hate what's in our comfort zone, but it's still a comfort zone. There can be pain involved in it, but it's still a comfort zone. There can be joy in it, but it's still a comfort zone. So, and he talking about breaking the patterns of comfort, and I loved that. Now, I got other stuff to share today, and this is going on a bit long, I reckon, so I'm not going to do that. But it was just fabulous event, and I hope if I've shared anything over the last 3 days that you might have heard something that meant something to you, because it meant a lot to me. I'm going to, as I said, spend some time typing up all my notes and making sense of a lot of it, and getting started on the 5 to-dos I've set myself for every day. A couple of them I've repeated, which obviously means they're important. And I want to give a shout out. They might be watching, I don't know, to my 2 influencer besties, Eva and Stephanie. Thank you for being part of my journey with me. Randomly met them on the first day, and they were the perfect people I could have sat with. They held the most beautiful space for me today and really cared for me when I was crying. I'm not going to start now because something happened that really hit me. But I wanted to share what I learned today, not the emotional stuff. Oh, it is all emotional, but you know what I mean. So I'll do that later. But yeah, if they're listening, and I hope they are watching at some point, thank you for looking after me today. I really, really appreciate it. And if you get a chance, come to Influencer next year, because it will be really, really good. And if you're in Australia like me, let me know, and maybe we can be airline buddies. Okay, bye.